Welcome one, welcome all to episode number 65 of Talkin Kentucky. My name is Coleman Scott. His name is Caden Holmes, and I'm back in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and it is hot down here. It is currently 99 degrees, but it got up to 101 today. It's going to get up to 106 next week, and every day for the next week, Caden, it's going to be over 100 degrees, and I can see why you wanted to leave Houston at this point.
Yeah, I bet you're really looking forward to those 3 days of winter by this point, aren't you?
I don't even think it's going to be 3 days. I think it's going to be like
It might come on a Thursday this year.
It might come on a Thursday, maybe a Friday. Yeah. I see you're wearing the Talkin Kentucky hat. It's your official one now. That's since I gave it to you when you were in Lexington last weekend. So I'm glad you're rocking that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got this hat, so I'm officially a co-host of Talkin Kentucky. I guess that's what that means, right?
I think so. I should have worn mine. We could be matching.
It took me a year to audition, but I finally got the
you finally got the job. Yeah. Yeah, we just gave you a trial period, and everything. We almost did a no hire, but we went ahead and brought you on. Just like an orchestra. That's absolutely right. We got a lot of no hires in those lately. A lot of work and no pay. As they say. But Caden and I had as many of you know, we had our trumpet festival in Lexington last week, and that was a lot of fun. Caden, it was awesome. Like I said, I could have worn my Talkin Kentucky hat tonight. We could have been matching tonight. We were accidentally matching kind of 2 days in a row in Lexington, so we didn't post a selfie on Facebook or anything, but Caden and I were twinning.
Yeah, it was unplanned, but it was a good festival. We got 16 kids showed up, and
yep,
we need to put a bet on how many we think are going to make All-State out that group. I bet more than we would think will make it, just because they care enough to come to a trumpet camp on a weekend 3 months early.
Well, that's a good point. One of them can't make All-State, we know, because they're a seventh grader. And you have to be in high school to audition for All-State, so that probably wouldn't work out. But the other 15, I think they're going to make it, Caden. I mean, they came to level up trumpet camp. Why wouldn't they make it?
Yeah, I think they leveled up that day. So
I think they did level up. I certainly leveled up. I learned a lot of stuff from you all, and that was awesome. So, well, it's National Couples Day today, Caden. That's something we don't have, so we're not celebrating that one.
Yeah, I have zero input on that because I don't celebrate that right now. So next topic.
Next question. Yeah, it is National Fajita Day today. Are you a chicken or steak kind of guy?
Both. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm both to that. Too. Yeah. Yes is a good answer to that. It is the Green Man Festival. I'm not sure what that means.
Like Hulk?
It doesn't look like Hulk. It looks like a Christmas tree or something. Kind of looks like the Stanford mascot a little bit.
Like the Grinch?
It's not the Grinch. It's Green Man Festival. It says, grab your keys and let's head out to Wales's most vibrant festival. So apparently it's in Wales.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Never been there.
You know what that is? I haven't either. It's Hawaiian Shirt Day today. I don't think I even own a Hawaiian shirt. Caden, are you a Hawaiian shirt wearer? I don't know that I could pull that off, honestly.
I have worn one before, but it was to a luau in Hawaii, so I don't wear that regularly. So we had a luau party in college too. I think I wore one there too.
Oh, okay, nice. Get that. So what is a luau? Since you've been to one, what's a good definition of a luau?
It's just a Hawaiian festival. You roast a pig. So you have pork that night. Yeah, that's a big thing. You roast the pig. They put on a show. They have the hula dancers and everything. Someone throwing fire sticks around. It's a good time. Doing chants, Hawaiian chants and stuff.
Woo Pig Suey, Arkansas.
I think you'd enjoy it. You get to have like Hawaiian drinks there. Like there's something called a lava flow, and it was pretty good.
That doesn't sound bad to me. You got roasted pigs and fire and drinks. I mean, it sounds like a good time to me.
Talking Kentucky vacation.
Yeah, talking vacation.
Hawaiian luau.
Talking Hawaii. Talking Rainbow Warriors. Yeah, throw back to that episode.
That can be our excuse. Go to one of their games.
I think so. It's National Jaden Day today, like Jaden Daniels, quarterback at LSU. Caden, I'm sure you knew that. I didn't need to bring that up. Don't mean to bore you with these facts.
I knew that years ago. So
yeah, well, you couldn't have known that years ago because he transferred last year. But but that's okay. I'm glad you could read the future there. That's good. So, Caden, speaking of football, are you ready for football season? Are you as excited as me and Clyde? Clyde's here in the comments, by the way. He's tagged everybody on Facebook here, including my mom.
Our parents. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's tagged everybody on Facebook to tell them about this great show. All that good stuff. But Clyde posted today, it's 2 weeks from the first Kentucky football game. And we just need those 2 weeks to just go by quicker because it can't get here soon enough. Caden, do you feel the same way, or are you kind of don't care?
I mean, I want them to do well, and I'll watch some football this year, but it's not like I don't know. I don't like it to the level that you and Clyde do, I guess. Like, I'm not freaking out over playing Murray in football kind of thing, so.
Well, I wouldn't be freaking out about playing Murray either, just for the record. But yeah, I guess that's Talking Kentucky's take on Kentucky football as well. I hope they do well, I guess. So, that's how excited we are about football. So, well, later in the show, I think it'd be as good a time as ever to go ahead and make our final predictions for the season. We did that earlier in the summer, but now since football season's right here, I think we need to go ahead and make our official Kentucky football record predictions for this year, because we're always right, of course.
Yeah, mine will be pretty solid, I guarantee it.
I remember last year I said that we were going to that it was guaranteed that we were going to beat South Carolina and Vanderbilt, and we lost to both of them. So that was a real good prediction there.
If I remember correctly, some people were calling in saying we're going 12-0, so you didn't mess it up as bad as they did.
Well, to be fair, Clyde said we're going to go 11-1 and lose to Ole Miss, and we did lose to Ole Miss. I think Josh did say 12-0. I think Josh has also said 12-0 for this year already, so we'll see about that. Which hopefully he jumps in the comments here pretty soon too. I had a specific topic request from Josh tonight, actually, to talk about. So that's on the list. So we'll get to there later. And we might go ahead and pick some week 1 football games, because why wouldn't we pick week 1 football games? I mean, we just want to make the time go faster. So, and we're the football experts, clearly. So, make all your gambling decisions based on us, right? That was a disclaimer. Please don't do that. We don't want to get
this as soon as I put this hat on, I'll start picking games, right? So
I think it's the Magic Hat. It's like Frosty the Snowman. It's like the top hat, only it's Talking Kentucky. But to start off with here, Caden, have you heard about all this Jefferson County bus shenanigan stuff going on?
No.
Jonathan even said something in our text group about it. I thought he sent it to the
group.
That.
Yeah, I just needed a few details. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
I gotta be careful about the Jonathan text. I almost just made one slip there again, but that's all right because it's Jefferson County. But anyway, so yeah, the shenanigans in Jefferson County with the buses. All these kids, the first day of school, kids still didn't get dropped off till like 10 p.m. Which is just crazy to me. How do you get on a bus at 3 p.m. and then not make it home until 10 p.m.? I mean, that is crazy in one city and in one school district. Like, how is that even possible, first of all? And they had to shut school down for another week. They called them snow days, which there was no snow, so I guess they're gonna have to make up those days later. But they had to completely refigure out all the bus systems and everything like that. Had to completely shut down school for a week. And Caden, I know the culprit. It's because AI was who made the bus. Artificial intelligence made the bus route initially. So chalk up one for humans, chalk one down for AI, in my opinion. I knew AI was going to screw everything up, and it looks like it has in Jefferson County.
I guess I just assumed they didn't have enough drivers, right? I thought that was the issue. But it was the routing was that fault?
The routing, I think they hired a consulting company as well to kind of help with it. Clearly that didn't help with it. But apparently AI is like who made the routes initially. And like showed where all the addresses were and everything. And it was so wrong that they just dropped one kid off in the middle of Bardstown Road. Like it said his house was there and it clearly wasn't. Well, like if you're the bus driver, you've got to be able to see like there's no house there. You can't just let a kid off in Bardstown Road and just say good luck getting home. It's like it's not even the high school or anything. It's like, you know, an elementary school, you know, third grader walking around Bardstown Road by himself. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
Yeah, that reminds me of now it didn't take 7 hours for me to get home, but every once in a while I would ride the bus home when my parents couldn't pick me up, and we have this long gravel driveway. You went out to my house.
I did. In the
bus
boonies
would drop me off at the end of that gravel driveway, so I have to walk about half a mile. So
well, to be fair, your gravel driveway is a little bit less, you know, clustered than Bardstown Road. A little less busy than Bardstown Road.
A little further
I would
out.
say.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more in the boonies there for sure. But yeah, it's just crazy to me. I think they're back in school now, and I think things are going more smoothly because I haven't heard any updates about it. But pretty insane. Yeah, pretty insane what's gone down there in Jefferson County. So apparently a similar thing's happening here in Baton Rouge. I opened up the news today on my phone. It looks like there's some kind of bus driver strike happening down here in Baton Rouge. So I think all the bus drivers have had enough, Caden. I think
that's what I was thinking about when you mentioned the Jonathan text. I thought it was like the driver strike. So, and I've seen buses on the side of the road saying we need drivers, like call this number kind of thing. So, yeah, but is this like the beginning of AI going wrong? Is bus
hopefully it's the beginning and the end of AI going wrong. I think AI is going to completely screw up the human race. I think we need to stop it before it starts. I mean, it's just getting awful. Like
give me Terminator vibes.
Well, and when I asked not asked Ryan Lemon, when I asked AI about who hosted Talkin Kentucky, it said it's hosted by Ryan Lemon. And it is not hosted by Ryan Lemon. He is not it, but which, by the way, it is Ryan Lemon's birthday today. Coincidence. I didn't try to make that segue. So happy birthday, Ryan Lemon. But Ryan does not host this show, for the record.
Wait, when you say who hosts Talkin Kentucky, it's going to say like Clyde Hare or something.
He pretty much does host Talkin Kentucky with tagging all these people in the comments.
He calls it. It says, "What you got for me?"
He does. That's how you know you own the shows, when you call the show and ask what they got for you. That's how you know. Yeah. Everybody be safe out there. AI is scary, Clyde Harris says. I know it is scary, and it's especially scary when you're dropping kids off in Bardstown Road. So hopefully that does not continue anymore.
When someone says AI, the first thing I think about, it's probably because I used to be a 2K nerd, is Allen Iverson.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
just
different AI. Hey, Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson is he gets my vote over AI. I would vote for Allen Iverson over AI for sure.
Talking AI.
Yeah. The Blind Side. Have you heard about all this stuff with the Blind Side movie? First of all, did you see the movie at all?
Blind Side? No, I haven't seen it.
Well, it's a football movie, so that would make sense why you haven't seen it. But
yes.
So basically, this football player. He ended up playing at Ole Miss. Was homeless. His name's Michael Orr. He was homeless in high school. He was basically brought in by this family, and they took him as their own. Started raising him, and he became a football star, and then ended up going to Ole Miss to play football. Then ended up ultimately in the NFL, and it's just a really heartwarming story. One of my two favorite movies. My two favorite movies is La La Land. I know that's kind of shocking, but it's La La Land, probably my favorite movie. My second favorite movie. It is a good movie. Yeah, it ends in the the guy and the girl breaking up, which is, I can relate to that. But so first of all, we got La La Land, and then The Blind Side is probably my second favorite movie. So great movie. But Michael Orr has sued this family because they never actually adopted him. Apparently, they had him sign this other document that basically made them be able to make any sort of financial decisions and everything for him, and he couldn't make any of those decisions for himself. And so they're getting like all this revenue. I think I saw it was like $300 million from the movie, and he got none of it. And the story's about him. So he's sort of like taking them to court right now, and it's like a big thing. And it's sad, Caden, because I really liked the movie, and it seems like it's just all falling apart, and I can't like the movie anymore. So.
But what do you mean the family didn't actually adopt him?
Well, so when he signed something, I think it was like what's it called, a conservatorship or something like that. That they call it. I don't. It's something where it's whatever Britney Spears did. Britney Spears' dad like has complete control over her, or something like that. Whatever Britney Spears did, that's what it is.
When did he sign this? Like years ago?
When he turned, I think when he turned 18, I'm pretty sure. And apparently, like he thought it was adoption papers, but it wasn't. It was this thing that basically where they have control over his decisions in his life, and so I think that's the gist of it. And it's just sad because I liked that movie. So
Sandra Bullock's in it.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock played the mom in it. And I don't think there's nothing going on with the shoot, we're both trying to put this comment
you
up.
do it.
Okay, cool. We're like, oh. Yes, Claude said Sandra Bullock got a bag off the movie. Yeah, I don't think sort of anybody in the movie itself is involved in the lawsuit or anything like that. I think it's just the actual family getting all the income from it. Tim McGraw was the dad. I forgot about that. Yeah, so Sandra Bullock was like the big figure in the movie, for sure. But sad because one of my favorite movies. But yeah, it's funny because the day it all came out, I was actually on Ole Miss's campus. I was on my way down to Baton Rouge, stopped in Ole Miss to see Lane Kiffin and Juice Kiffin, the dog, and everything. Just got to stop in Ole Miss. And what are they now? Like their mascot, it used to be a black bear, but now it's a land shark. Which in our mascots bracket, I think that was probably the worst one. I would say it was like the shark in the football jersey with the muscular arm.
If I remember correctly, it wasn't very intimidating.
It was not a very intimidating thing, no. But their actual mascot's the Rebels, but like the physical mascot itself is the shark, I think.
Hey, this reminds me. What do you think about doing a movie bracket?
I think that would be fantastic. I'm down for any kind of. There are very few
have like
brackets
a clip of each movie or something.
Yeah. Well, that might get us on copyright, but we'll see. We haven't been gone yet.
5 songs.
Well, that's not the same level of income there, probably.
Well, you don't think Southern Indiana fight song is going to get us?
It might get us. I think the Southern Indiana fight song might get copyrighted because of the show, because it was. I mean, it's going to become popular. It's going to be Spotify top 10 now. I think everybody's listening to it, but I would be down for any kind of bracket. There's very few brackets that I would not be interested in doing. So
we just got to make sure it's movies we both have seen. Like, I'm just telling you right now, Star Wars is goated.
It is. I have not seen all the Star Wars movies.
It is.
Yes, it is. I did not mean to do that, but it is. Hey, William Neat says, have you guys heard the story about the Anderson County school kid who transferred because of harassment against him? Was called racist and other things. Anderson County High School won't grant his transfer. I have not heard about this. Caden, have you heard about this?
Nope, have not. Heard about other Anderson County things, but not that one.
Yeah, I've heard about other Anderson County, but I have not heard about that. But I thought that's what he was going to be talking about at first. But that's not what he's talking about. No, I have not heard anything about that. But that sounds like it is not fair. I feel like you should be able to transfer for something like that. Like if you're being harassed, like, you should have the freedom to go somewhere else, right? All these college kids are transferring.
Exactly. Like they're going across the world transferring.
Yeah.
Telling me a kid can't go to a school 20 minutes away.
I've not heard about that.
If the parents sign off on it, the parents can get him to whatever other school he wants to transfer to. What's the problem?
Speaking of transfers, I remembered when I got back down here to LSU that Damian Collins transferred down here.
Oh, that's right. Have you seen him yet?
I have not seen him yet. I have not seen him, but when I do see him, I think I'm going to try to give him a Talking Kentucky hat, see if we can get him some swag.
Get him on the show while you're at it.
Just talk to him about lobs or whatever. Just go up to him and say, Damian, I don't know why Cal didn't play you more. We wanted you to play more in Kentucky. So I'm sure he'll play a lot at LSU next year. I think I think they need all the help they can get after last year. It's
he'll be the
pretty
starter,
brutal.
I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure he will be too.
He'll be playing like point, dribbling the ball down the court, just dunking over everyone.
Well, Cal's not the coach at LSU, so he won't be playing point, but he'll probably be playing the 5. Matt McMahon does seem like a good basketball coach from over Murray. I mean, the things he did in Murray was awesome. So, I think in time he's going to be able to turn LSU around. I think it's going to be a good program. Probably won't even have to make strong ass offers like Will Wade did. So
no, yeah, he might just. Yeah, I mean it's legal to do that though. So these days, but
William Neat says the student from Anderson County that was going to transfer decided to try out for the cheer squad just to be a part of a team. Crazy story. Look it up, guys. Well, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I have not heard about this, but I will definitely check it out. Caden, I have a real riveting topic here about a real fitting sports topic here. How often do you change your pillows?
When they're on their last leg.
So what does that mean? What's a pillow on its last leg mean to you?
That means the thing's flat.
Okay, so flat is a good, and if pillows should be puffy, they shouldn't be flat. What about how they smell? Is that kind of any indication there too? Is that a
well? I wear I put pillow covers on them, so I wash the pillow covers. They don't really stink. If that's what you're asking.
Okay, well, yeah. So flat's like the telltale sign for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. Well, how often? Well, I don't really know. I would say flat would be an indicator that they're probably not good anymore. But beyond that, I mean, you can wash your pillows. They don't get to smelling bad. If they do, you can wash them. So really, unless my pillow is flat, like I don't have any reason.
Didn't mess it up.
I guess you can. I don't see why you couldn't wash your pillow. Give me a good reason why you couldn't wash your pillow.
I just never thought about it. Just use pillow covers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do use pillow covers and pillow shams and everything, and I think that protects them fine. So I'll wash those, is what I'm saying. I don't know about washing the actual pillow itself. It's about washing the pillow covers and pillow shams. I think.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's normal. But I don't think that really my pillows ever get totally flat. I mean, that would take like years, I think, for the pillows.
Are you having some pillow problems? Is that why you're asking
this? I'm getting to why I'm asking this. I'm just saying, how long do you think it takes for your pillows to get flat?
Clyde never washes his pillows. Clyde's pillows are like yellow, moldy.
I guess they are. Well,
I don't want to see Clyde's pillows.
William Neat says $5 Walmart pillows. Just throw old pillow out every 6 months. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to get at. So William Neat says 6 months. So what do you think is your baseline like pillow changing time?
My baseline pillow changing time. Well, if you buy a good quality one, it's gonna last you a while, a few years maybe.
Well, yeah, I'd see a few years, right? At least I would think.
Just buy a good one. And David says, "Say buy once, cry once."
David says, "Caden, bring your pillow over. We'll try and wash it." Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, but you can wash mine too. I think we've already discovered that we cannot wash pillows. We can just wash the pillow shams. But William Neat says 6 months. Caden and I say years.
I feel like washing a pillow is kind of one of those like hold my beer and watch this kind of thing.
I think it is. I think you can't wash your pillows, hold my beer. Would you like to know how long the Today Show says that you need to go without changing your pillows?
I don't believe a thing Today Show says.
Oh, is it?
But go ahead.
So what you got against the Today Show? I like the Today Show. Are you a Good Morning America type person?
I'm a nothing type person, but go on.
I thought you were going to say I'm a Republican. You're a nothing type person. So you don't watch the news media? You don't watch the fake news media?
I check out the news, but very limited.
Okay. Well, I'm a Today Show.
Not enough to brainwash myself.
I'm a Today Show fan, and I watch it, and I also follow the Today Show on Facebook. And the whole reason I'm bringing this up is I came across their pillow article on Facebook saying that everybody needs to change their pillows every 2 months. You need to throw away your pillows and get new pillows every 2 months. And I don't think that I am financially stable enough to do that. I mean, I know you can get cheap pillows that aren't the most expensive thing in the world, but if my pillows aren't flat and they don't smell bad and I can wash them, then I'm keeping them. I'm not throwing my pillows away every 2 months.
Yeah,
maybe 2 years.
That's at least 2 years. That's fake news right there.
David says buy an electric car too.
Yeah, is that what Today's Show telling you too? To buy an electric car?
Yeah.
Throw away your pillows and get an electric car.
Or Tesla's electric?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Well, they might have different. They might have hybrids. I'm not sure, but I think for the most part they're electric.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna buy one. So, Clyde doesn't like watching the news because all they do is bash Trump.
Yeah, what's Today's Show think about Trump?
I don't know. All I know is what they think about the pillows.
Is that on ABC?
It's on NBC.
NBC. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched Today's Show in a long time, so I don't want to bash anyone. But I'm just taking a guess that they probably don't like Trump.
You don't have a problem with the Today Show. You love the Today
Kenny
Show.
Payne.
Yeah, just like Kenny Payne.
Kenny Payne.
In any case, I'm not changing my pillows every 2 months.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't remember the last time I changed. It's been at least 5 years since I've changed my pillows. At least. It's probably longer. I would say because there's nothing wrong with them.
What's funny is I think David Holmes actually got me one of those really nice memory foam pillows for Christmas a year or two ago, and I'm still using it. Works great.
I've got those. Yeah, I've got a memory foam pillow over here, and it's a cool pillow too. So like the pillow is like cold when you lay on it. It's got like the cool technology. And so that's a must. So I'm not throwing away my cool pillow technology memory foam every 2 months. I can't afford to do that. I'm a trumpet player, Caden. A lot of work, no pay. That's how it is.
Yeah, that's how it is out there. And yeah, no, screw the 2 months.
William Needs says we need Talkin Kentucky pillow covers.
Yeah, that's an idea. I don't think our source sells pillow covers, unfortunately.
Well, we can just get them. We can get a blue Sharpie and we can write Talkin Kentucky on them. And I think that'll be great. So, Josh is in the comments, by the way. He says he's here. He's been busy door dashing. Sorry. Well, Josh, welcome to the show. How often do you change your pillows? If you haven't been following our conversation, we'd like to know. How often do you throw away your pillows and get new ones? That would be.
He doesn't strike me as a 2 month guy.
He doesn't. I don't think any of us are 2 months guy. These
Clyde's a 20-year guy.
David says you need to get some My Pillows.
That sounds like a sham.
A sham?
A My Pillow?
That
sounds like some infomercial that would be like trying to sell it to you for 30 minutes long.
Is that a pun? Because there's pillow shams. Did you mean to say scam?
No pun intended. But
okay, well, it was funny. I liked it.
I'll take credit for it.
Sham. Yeah. Okay, Josh says once a year. See, we're all like talking years. We're not talking months. Today's show says you need to change your pillow every 2 months if you want to be a healthy human being. So Clyde's a 10-year guy, he says.
Respect.
People don't know if we're talking about bourbon or pillows right now. So I guess I'll put it that way. I'll let my pillows age at least as long as my bourbon. I like my pillows like I like my bourbon, aged for years. That's going to be a nice.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things you break your pillow in, it gets more comfortable, just like furniture.
Yep, that's right. Well, these gosh darn liberals changing their pillows every 2 months. I don't know if we can. But since that's enough on the pillows, I think. But if anybody else wants to tell us how long you go without
political statements, Coleman.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's why Josh likes us, because we're politics.
We're not like Matt Jones. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what he says.
That's what he says. That's right. That's funny. In the last episode, I was going back through, because we always listen back to our shows for quality control after the fact, and everything. So I was sort of editing the audio.
Quality control, more like just to laugh at it.
Yeah, well, like I said, quality control. Josh, I haven't talked about the Pac-12 yet. I'm going to get to that after this. I've already mentioned that we had a Josh Hart request for a topic tonight. So Josh, we're gonna talk about that here in just a second. But what was I talking about?
I don't remember. Oh, okay. Quality control.
Okay, quality control. That's right. Yeah, okay. Sorry for that. But I like drop the needle when I'm editing the audio. I'll just kind of click somewhere because I need to fix where it starts and stops or whatever. So I drop the needle, I click somewhere on the audio, and all I hear is me go, "That's what he said." And I thought, what kind of context was that in? So it is fun to go back, drop the needle on some old Talkin' Kentucky episodes and just find some gems in there.
And this is what gave me the idea of having a no context bracket.
Yes, I think that would be fantastic. Having
some of those Cody Peevler, Jonathan Holmes, Morgan Bay clips in there.
Well, that's how we have our that's how we make our 1 year video or 6 month video. Is we just go through old episodes, we just drop the needle, and most of the time everything we say is funny in some way, especially when there's no context. So
at least we think so.
At least, yeah, we don't know if anybody else thinks so, but we think so. Lisa Marie Scott's in the comments. She says Clyde Hare, yes, because she was tagged in the episode by Clyde. So Clyde was just getting everybody on here. So. But now to bring up the Pac-12, this is a Josh Hart special request here. The Pac-12 does not exist anymore. Okay, now I don't know if you've heard this, but everybody's leaving the Pac-12. Utah has left the Pac-12. Colorado has left the Pac-12, which all their players left the team too. It's only a matter of time before Colorado left the entire conference too. So there's only 4 teams left in the Pac-12. I forget who it is. I think it's Washington and a couple other teams nobody thinks of, Stanford and them. But Caden, it does my heart good because I think the Pac-12 really sucked. So I'm not sad to see it go. I don't know about you.
So you're telling me a kid can't transfer down the road to high school, but people can just leave teams can leave the conference wherever they want. That's my first thought.
Well, and again, a lot of these teams are joining the Big 12, but we have USC and UCLA are joining the Big 10. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work with USC flying to Michigan for a football game in the middle of the winter. I don't think that transition is going to work out too well. But I am excited to see what that's like. I don't know if that takes effect this year or next year. I think it's this year that starts. But the conference.
So what does this mean for the Pac-12?
The conferences don't
does it exist at all?
I don't think it's gonna. Well, I think they're gonna change the name to Pac something else if it does exist. I've heard rumors that there's gonna be the Pac-4, the Pac Sun. No, I think it's gonna be Pac West or something like that, or the Big West or something like that, and they're gonna take the Midwest Conference with all those sort of weird Boise State and all those type teams are going to join and create this other irrelevant conference. So it will just exist again.
I couldn't even tell you who was in the Pac-12 originally. So it really doesn't hurt my feelings much.
It's because nobody ever thinks of it. Well, when I was out, I went to CU Boulder, and when you're out at home of 1-11 football teams, by the way, when you're out there, I don't even think half the people in Boulder knew what the stadium was. I mean, just people do not care about football in the Pac-12. It's like a conference of Vanderbilts is kind of the best way to sum it up, I would say.
Yeah, that's rough. And then the time zone they're in, they're 2 hours, 3 hours behind everyone else. Yep. So it doesn't make for good television for the whole country to see.
David Holmes says, love this Friday night show. Well, we might stick with it. We might stick with Friday nights. I don't know.
Well, when we tried it last time, no one showed up, Coleman. So
everybody says that they said they love the Friday shows. Then we started switching to Fridays, and then people stopped coming. So we went back to Thursdays. And now people are saying to do Fridays again. But if people come, we'll do the show whenever people show up. So that's the key. Got to show up. But hey, we like the Friday. We like the Friday too. Talking Friday. So the Pac-12 is dead. Josh, I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but there's your Pac-12 news. We are going to talk about some football, but I was just Josh Hart says I like it on Friday nights. Just got to advertise. Yeah, we'll get the Friday stuff out there. Then we'll see if people come. So
I don't know. I'm kind of personally I'm a Thursday fan, but
yeah,
but we'll see.
We'll see. We'll debate. We'll have a meeting. We'll consult with our
official meeting.
We'll
mark the calendar.
That's when me and Caden call each other while we're drinking beer. So we're talking Kentucky. That's our meeting. I was thinking the other day. Speaking of meeting, I was just, I have sort of my best thoughts when I'm in the shower. So in the shower the other day,
I know why that is, right?
I don't know why is that?
Because you're not doing this.
Well, that's a good point. That's fair. That's fair. Phones.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general.
No, I think phones sort of ruin everything. Just like AI has ruined the Jefferson County public school bus system.
Social media ruins everything. Yeah. But sorry to cut you off. Where were you going with that?
No, I was going with the topic I wrote down. If I just cut the chase, is are we still mad at Calipari? So this Mamba thing, we got like the Kobe Bryant like sort of thing going on now. We're like an official Mamba school, which is like cool, and like we're probably
the first, right?
We're the first one, and so we're like the cool. Maybe this is the first step in us sort of becoming. David Holmes says, "Yep, we're still mad at Cal." I love that. Well, he's selling it. We can just move on. No, maybe this is the first step of us sort of moving back in the direction of being the cool school again. Like, when John Wall and Marcus Cousins and everybody was here.
Went to Drake's Mamba school.
Went to Drake. Exactly. So all these things are happening. I mean, Cal's probably a big part of it. So are we do we owe Cal an apology at any point? Do we feel like we have to retract some of our previous statements? Are we in the wrong, or are we in the right for being mad about the past few seasons that we've had? Even if we're better down the road, like, is it okay that we've gotten mad at Cal and have said fire Cal and things like that, or do we owe him an apology? Basically,
I don't think we owe an apology. I mean, we said all along that we want him to do well.
Mm-hmm.
But we also stated our beliefs and our frustrations because we are honest on this show. It's what we said on episode 1, that we were going to be honest. So that's what we were, the good and the bad. Yep. I hope it's up from here, but we're going to see how he does this season and how we do with hopefully. I'm still hoping we platoon, and I'm hoping everyone's going to be healthy, but I just want to see results. I want to see a Final Four. Actually, I want to see a championship because I think it's time.
Oh, I think it's time too. Claude said, we got some differing opinions in the comments. Claude says he's not mad at Cal, and yes, we do owe Cal an apology. Josh Hart says no, in all caps with 3 exclamation points. And David Holmes says, we have heard that stuff year after year. Cal gets paid a lot, and we don't owe him shit. So we got some different takes there. I feel like, we're the most passionate fan base in college basketball for a reason, and we have high expectations. And I don't think we owe an apology necessarily. I think we have had a right to be frustrated with what's going on. And if he turns things around and we're back to what we want to be, then good. He's just doing his job, or he's just doing what we pay him $10 million a year to do, right?
And I think his job is probably extremely stressful, but he gets more than fairly compensated.
I would say so. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's weird. Like when you're so mad at somebody and then they turn stuff around and like everything's good again. It's like, oh, well, I'm sorry, I was mad at you. That kind of thing. And that's just kind of how I feel with Cal a little bit.
Clyde says, I feel like he's already turned things around. Clyde, how can you say that if we haven't even played the first game this season, other than
we beat Germany?
We beat Africa. I mean,
we beat Africa by 20.
I'm optimistic for Kansas, sure, but I'm also reserved with that optimism.
Hey, he says gold medal. Hey, well, Kansas
lost. Like we won the championship already.
Kansas lost gold medal. That's first place, Caden. We did win a championship. But we've Kansas lost to the Bahamas. So, I mean, at least we're not Kansas.
Yeah. We also beat them by 40, and they won the national championship a few years ago. So,
yeah, that's a real gold medal. Josh Hart says, "Just wins what we want. I want to be feared again." Yes, I want people to be scared of Kentucky again. I want Mega B-Max to just walk on into Rupp Arena and play us like.
Josh we do have the recruits right though. We have the number 1 draft pick.
Yep,
we got that Cal team. So this is the time to turn around.
Yep. No, it is. So I hope we turn things around. I hope that we, like you said, we got the recruits, we got everything happening. So hopefully everything, we do hear. I mean, David Holmes is right when he says his comment. We've heard that stuff year after year. We do hear this year after year in the summer, and then we have high expectations for the year, and then it's not good. So hopefully things stay on track. I think all the pieces are there. We just got to go win, in the regular season now. So hopefully.
Do we know anything about these injured big men? Like, when are they coming back?
Josh Hart says we have Big Z, so we hope we can win it all. We do have the Big Z, Bobsvik or whatever.
Vonamir Avizich, I think.
There you go. Let's go with that. Yeah, that's the Western Kentucky version of it. Yeah, so I don't think Cal would have gone out to get that dude unless Ugana was like in bad shape, like or not, or Bradshaw like gonna be out for a prolonged period of time.
So likely one of those two will play and the other probably won't this season.
I would say that with how things have gone with injuries in the past, these mysterious injuries, stubbing your toe and then you're out for like 4 months, stuff like that. I think that's what we're about to see. I hope it's not. I hope we have everybody, but I don't know that that's going to be the case. So
I don't want to like start drama or anything, but it just seems kind of fishy. Like, is there something going on that we don't know about?
Well, speaking of that, things going on we didn't know about. Clyde says last year's team didn't really get along, and that's true. And Matt Jones was talking about this on KSR the other day. Apparently last year's team had like the worst chemistry of any team in the Calipari era. And our best teams have gotten along really well, right? So hopefully that's different with this year's team. It seems like it is. It seems like they have good chemistry already. It seems like Maggie Davis seemed to think they had good chemistry already. She's gotten to interview some of these guys. Josh Hart.
Can you imagine dealing with all those, like, I'm not saying our team, but just in general, all those egos getting that NIL money?
Josh brings that up here. I just hope NIL deals don't cause turmoil like it did last season. That's a good point. And I think that's going to start to mellow out a little bit because it was still new last year. And you had Oscar, who was sort of getting a lot of attention. And I think Reed Shepherd's already signed some NIL deals. Somebody else just got like some kind of car deal. I don't know if it was Porsche or Tesla or something like that, but I think it was Justin Edwards.
He got some really nice Ford Raptors.
Oh, it was the Ford Raptor. That's right. Which, by the way, do you know how much those cost? Ford Raptor trucks?
70-something thousand, wasn't it?
It's even higher than that. Apparently, it's like anywhere between $88,000 and $93,000 for a brand new Ford Raptor. I cannot imagine paying $93,000 for a car. Dave Ramsey would not approve of that.
He says you got to be a millionaire to buy a new car. That's what he says.
Yeah, David Holmes says $100K.
Which David Holmes wouldn't buy a Ford Raptor just because it's Ford. But
what's Ford stand for again?
Depends who you ask. My dad and his brother David have differing opinions.
Okay. Well, that's well. What's the? I mean, Fiat stands for "Fix It Again, Tony." That's what Fiat stands for. But I feel like
Tim.
I feel like there was something else. Like there's an acronym for Ford too.
Repair daily.
Found off road dead. Yep, that's that's one. That's one of them. Yeah, I've never owned a Ford. Found on road dead. David says. Yep. Oh look, everybody knows. See, everybody knows Ford.
The Ford fans say first on race day.
Oh, okay. Or found on road dead, depending on what you feel like. Yeah. Well, I don't think we're going to get a Ford sponsorship here in Talkin Kentucky anytime soon. It sounds like everybody in our fan base does not like Fords. I'm not a fan of Fords. I'm a Honda guy. I like Hondas, Caden. But you got a Mustang, so you're a Ford guy.
Yeah, it's done me well for 10 years.
So. It's held up. So my Honda's still going strong. 164,000, still going strong. Still
got you down to Baton Rouge. Yeah,
got me down here. Yeah, I'm still alive. So, hey, well,
but this got me thinking. So thinking about the whole like NIL and egos thing, like Coleman, I compare it to like trumpet and musicians, like with all the egos that's in music, and that's a lot of work, little pay. So, can you imagine like basketball where there is a lot of pay?
Yeah.
I just
a lot of work,
comparison.
A lot of work, a lot of pay. Yeah. I know it's got to be hard because everybody. It's not like, I mean, yes, there's egos in music, but at least we're not on like ESPN, right? Like all these athletes are like having to go talk about this stuff on national television too. That can't make it any easier to have like no downtime, no privacy, having your personal life out there for everybody to see. Yeah, it's got to make it infinitely worse, I would think. Yeah. So, we got some acronyms going on in the in the comments here. But let's go ahead and open up the phones. 502-234-1504. We'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and give us a shout. Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts on Kentucky football coming up. Love to hear your thoughts on how long you keep your pillows, any of that kind of stuff. So give us a shout. And yeah, we already mentioned the Kentucky. Oh, of course we are. It's probably Clyde.
Clyde, are you singing?
I'm singing to my dog. Sorry.
Singing to your dog?
Yeah, I sing to my dog like every single day.
All right, let's hear it.
Nah, you don't want to hear me sing.
Hey, Kentucky Joe has already sang a song on this show, so you can sing too. Yeah. You know, we can put you on a.
It's a hard one to follow, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Who's sung the song on the show again?
Kentucky Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, Kentucky Joe.
Yeah.
KSR's Kentucky Joe.
Oh, KY Joe. Yeah. Yeah. I think his name is Joseph. I don't know.
Yeah, Joe. Yes, that's him.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm friends with him on Facebook. Gotcha. Okay.
So what do you have for us, Clyde?
You know, about Cal, you know, I just, you know, for some reason this upcoming season, well, I know we should really be talking about football because football is 2 Saturdays from now. But, you know, we're talking about all kinds of different things in the show tonight, so I wanted to bring up Cal. You know, I don't know. I just feel like this season, I just feel good about this team. I see how they get along. I mean, I watch their Instagram lives all the time, and they're always cracking jokes with each other. They're always hanging out in each other's rooms. They're always together. Like, I mean, even if a few are separate from the others, they're with the other teammates. Like, they're always together, no matter like who's with who. They're just together. They're hanging out. They're getting along. They're dealing with one each other. I mean, Jordan Brooks and Justin Edwards has early morning shoot around called the Breakfast Club. They're always in the gym. They shoot around. They just get along.
Yeah, it does seem that way, and I don't know. I don't think I'm being pessimistic. I'm just kind of trying to stay in the middle. Like it seems like usually it does start that way, but then halfway through you'll start hearing all these rumors of all this turmoil in the locker room. So I'm not saying this team's going to be that way, but I try not to put too much stock in, they like each other kind of thing.
I mean, yeah.
I want them to like each other versus hate each other, though. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's better. Winning's better than losing. Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Well, last season, Severe and Oscar just didn't see eye to eye like they did the first season that they were playing together. Like, the first time that they played together, the first season when Oscar won Player of the Year, they saw eye to eye. Like, they actually got along on the court. But this past season, it just fell apart. I think that was maybe due to Casey Wallace. He was on the point guard and taking more of the point guard role. That pissed Severe off.
Yeah, well, Severe was hurt for, 2 or 3 months there?
Yeah, he was hurt for what? The final, 12 games, 13 games of the season.
Yeah.
And that hurt him. And because I think the first year that they all played together, even Ty, he wasn't really trying to play the point guard role. He was just there to, he was just there to do whatever. And, he seemed to get along with the team. And he seemed to not really cause any drama,
So, Clyde, how are you feeling, switching topics, how are you feeling about football season coming up?
How do I feel? I feel great, actually. I think we'll beat Bama. I think we'll beat Tennessee. I think we'll beat Florida. And I think we'll only lose to Georgia, South Carolina, and Mississippi State. The reason why I say South Carolina, I don't know, they have a lot of hype around them, but it's in South Carolina against Spencer Rattler. So, I don't know. I don't feel good about that game. And I don't feel good about Mississippi State because we never win a Stark show anyways. And Georgia is Georgia. There's not really much to be said about that. So.
Coleman, remind me, are those two games going to be – he said Mississippi State is road game, but is South Carolina a road game?
Yep, South Carolina's a road game too. Yep. So those are going to be two tough ones. Yeah, and we don't win in Starkville. We just don't. So I hate that. But
and Mississippi State don't win up here either. Well, I think the last time they won up here was when they was number one, when it was still Commonwealth Stadium.
When it was still Commonwealth Stadium, Dak Prescott was their quarterback, and yeah, now he's losing at the Cowboys. But
well, Clyde, do you have anything else before we let you go?
And he sucks on Dallas too. So, I feel bad for Dallas.
Yes.
Everything that goes on in Dallas. They suck anyways.
Yep, they do.
And, so we'll see what happens. We're 2 Saturdays away from football, so let's get started. Let's get going. Kaden, I know you're not a football fan, but it's kind of time to start becoming one, man.
Hey, yeah. Maggie Davis told Caden that, and Clyde, see, Caden, you got to be a football fan now.
I just need them to do a small task for me and beat Georgia. Is that too much to ask?
Yes.
What if we go 10-3? You can't be satisfied with that. That's good. That's usually what happens. We've been 10-3 2 seasons for the last 5 years. That ain't good enough.
That's good enough for me. I like it.
Sure, I'm happy with it.
Build a statue. I'm good with it.
You can't argue with 10 win seasons. But I'd like to see us get over that hump one of these days.
Yeah, Bill Stoops' statue. He needs it. He's the all-time winning coach here, so he definitely needs it.
All right. Anyway, well, thanks for calling in, Clyde.
You're welcome. Go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Cats. We're going to get Caden into football eventually. We're going to get the whole Holmes family into football. David Holmes says, Caden, I need your help becoming a football fan. Yeah, we're going to have to coordinate our great minds think alike. We matched last week at our Trumpet Festival. We got the matching hats now. We're both clicking on the same comments here. So,
David, I'm not the one to make you a football fan. I don't think I can successfully do that. But yeah, I'm a UK football fan, but I'm just not a crazed UK football fan. You know what I mean?
Not like basketball. Oh yeah, no. I'm a crazy.
It's not like in my blood like basketball is.
Well, for the first time in history, though, I just want to say that I believe it's the first time in history Kentucky football sold out their season tickets as of today. So season tickets are completely sold out. So some people are becoming football crazy fans. So
Caden, I'm definitely not paying for a $13 Michelob there if I do go.
David says he's clueless in football. Clyde is chanting football Caden in the comments. So we'll convert him eventually. But yeah, anybody else wants to call in 502-234-1504, give us a shout. Love to hear from y'all. Let's go ahead and while we're waiting for another call, let's go ahead and start picking, speaking of football, let's see if we can get pick the record for this year here. Let's see if that can excite Caden a little bit here. So the first 3 games, okay, we have Ball State, Eastern Kentucky, and then we have to play Akron after that. So do we think we're going to win all 3 of those games? Is that a safe bet, Caden? Do you disagree in any way?
I'll say wins, all 3.
Oh, well, that's really nice of you to say that.
I'm not bashing UK football. I'm just not as crazy about it as you all are. Make that clear.
Okay, no, it's clear. I believe we have statistically, we literally have the easiest schedule for the first 4 games in college football, because our 4th game and our SEC opener is Vanderbilt. Now, we know what happened last year with Vanderbilt, and that was in Lexington. We got to go to Vandy, to the powerhouse this year, for the SEC opener.
Did they lose anyone?
It's Vanderbilt. I don't even care if they lost anybody. I mean, does it matter?
Well, you should, because they beat us.
Well, their running back, Ray Davis, is our running back now.
Oh,
so
right.
They did lose him, I guess. And he ran on for like a couple hundred yards on us last year.
Yeah, that's a big deal. We'll get that one.
Yeah. Okay, so you're picking a win. So you're saying 4-0. Caden's
with the news that we have their running back, I think that's a pretty big deal. So
okay, well, so we're starting 4-0. Okay, then we come home. I think we both agree there. By the way, we're coming home to play Florida, who is at that point in the year they're probably already going to have a couple losses, 1 or 2 losses, and we could be undefeated. We're probably going to be ranked. They probably won't be. So I think we get the win. I don't see why there's any reason we don't beat Florida 3 years in a row. I think that's going to be probably a first for Kentucky. So
that's probably going to be a tougher game, or an important game too. Probably be closer than what people think. But I'll give us the win.
I'll give us the win. Yeah, that's the big one. That's the big.
If we had to go there, I'd pick Florida if we had to go there. But
yeah. But since it's at home, I think so. So we both agree, starting the season 5-0. David Holmes says, goodness, stealing people from Andy. What is this world coming to? I really like having David in the comments. See, David needs to be here.
We got Aunt Mary now.
Your family just starts coming to the comments more and more each week. I didn't even know you had an Aunt Mary. So good luck teaching David Holmes.
All it took was football. Bashing Ford and talking about Vandy football.
If that's what it takes. And Friday, if Friday nights are what it takes to get the Holmes family in here, we'll do it. Clyde Harris's Florida goes 3-9. I'm not going to quite say that, but
they won't go 3-9.
But if they do, then we'll drink coffee and mayonnaise. So that's not quite like the 0-12 Colorado Buffaloes, but hey, Josh Hart says he's trying to call in here.
Yeah, so I just got a missed call, so try it again, Josh.
Yeah, we're getting
did not ring.
We did pay the bill, so you'll be able to get on. But now I think we can start 5-0. And Freddie Maggard didn't say he hoped we could start 5-0. When he was on the show, he said we need to start 5-0 in order to be competitive in the SEC this year. So he said that's not what he just liked to happen. He said that's what's got to happen. So I think it's going to happen.
Hello?
You're on with Talkin Kentucky. Is this Josh?
Yeah.
Hey, Josh. How's it going?
There we go.
Yeah, I can hear you. How y'all doing?
Can't complain. What about you?
Oh, I could complain.
That's Josh.
Someone at work asked me how I'm doing. I said I can't complain. He said, "Well, even if you did, no one would listen."
Yep, that's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, for us, Josh.
Not much. It's football Friday night. High school's kicking off across the Commonwealth. My Eagles are playing at 6A last squad tonight in their home stadium. The last time I checked, they were up 14-6. So they started out really well tonight. I can't remember who they're playing, but they're playing at Madison Central, I believe, that Johnson Central is hosting tonight. So it's a big school. Central's only like 4A, so it's a big opening test for my home school tonight.
Yeah, Coleman, that reminds me, right before our show started, I saw that Tim and Adam were calling the North Laurel game.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out after this. I like watching them call games and listening to them call games. I think that's cool. I love high school football.
But it had the camera on them, on their
face.
Oh,
it had it on them. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
You couldn't ask for a better night tonight either. It's so nice here in Kentucky. It's cool. It's not hot. It's just absolutely gorgeous weather. We had a really, really nice day today. But it's going to get hot next week. It's supposed to be back in the 90s, so it's going to heat back up. But for tonight, it's a really nice evening.
Well, it is not here in Baton Rouge. I'm back in Baton Rouge, and I'm going to read you, Josh, the forecast for the high temperatures for the next week. So we got 100, 101, 102, 100, 103, 101, and 100. That's the next week.
The heat index, or is that?
No, that's the actual temperature.
Before the heat index, okay.
Before the heat index. So that's what
Speaking of heat indexes, did you see how hot it was in Iran the other day? I seen this on one of the weather storm chasers post the other day. They actually had a heat index. I think it was 179 degrees. They said it was the hottest recorded temperature ever on the planet since its inception, I guess. Since they started
mix that up with somewhere on Mars or something.
I'll cancel my vacation to Iran.
Unreal temperature.
Yeah, that does sound unreal. Yeah, I will not be going to Iran anytime soon. So I wasn't going to anyway. Yeah. I said I'll cancel my vacation to Iran. Yeah, no plans to go over there anyway.
For the football season, I'm really excited about what we have. We have a good squad. We have a good basketball team too coming in. It was good to get the big man, the big Z, to take the big O spot. So things are looking good for our programs. Baseball's got some good. Got Mason Moore back next year. He's a local kid from Paintsville and Moorhead area. He's got roots tied here in Paintsville somehow. Maybe family, I'm not sure, but it's always good to see our programs thriving. And we didn't think basketball was going to do so hot, but I mean, we finally I think we're going to have a good team. Yeah. I still believe in my heart for some reason we beat Georgia. I don't know why. I just think we beat Georgia.
Yeah, no,
there's a chance.
You're telling me there's a chance. Might be snowball's chance in hell, but there's a chance. So, we'll try it. But I'm excited too, Josh, for the football season. I mean, I'm really feeling good. And I was going to bring up this topic anyway. People are saying that Devin Leary is like really good. Freddie Maggard said he might be the best quarterback of the Mark Stoops era at Kentucky. So that would be awesome. So I hope he lives up to the hype. And if we can keep him healthy and if he's as good as people are saying he is, I think we can do big things this year.
We just got to keep that big blue wall solidified and keep him off his back. I mean, that's what that was the problem with Levis. I mean, you look at Will compared to his first year at Kentucky to his last year with the injuries and the turf toe and all that. I went back and watched the Louisville game when they just absolutely destroyed them. And
which time?
And Levis was a totally different athlete the year before. He could run. He
could run.
He was hurdling people. Man, the dude was a beast. And last year we took a back seat, and injuries hurt us tremendously. And I just hope we don't get bit by the injury bug again this year. If we stay healthy, and we beat Georgia, oh my goodness! Like I said, they just won't be burning couches in Lexington. They'll be burning everything else. But
yeah, that's when the statue will be built.
Yes, it will.
I believe that we can beat Georgia for some reason. I don't know why, but I thought that. This whole off season, especially with all the talent we've had, we signed some huge 4-star and 3-star athletes this year, and we're going to have a good team.
I think we are too, and there's something about that. I don't know if it's just Kentucky fans or what, but just like the passion this fan base has sometimes, I feel like it can will some magic into the team to pull off a big upset. And when I was little, when we beat LSU, I was telling people that week, but before we played them, I said we're gonna beat LSU this week. Like it's gonna happen. Like I can just tell. And everybody's like, "No, you're crazy," because that was the year LSU was undefeated. They went on to win the national championship. We were the only team they lost to that year. And what do you know? 3 overtimes, we beat the Bayou Bengals. So
I did watch that game. I do remember that game going crazy. Didn't we?
Oh yeah,
the goalpost or something.
It tore down the goalpost. Yeah.
LSU went forward on 4th down, and Kentucky
didn't get it.
And they didn't get the first. They didn't get the first down, and Kentucky won the ball game on that play.
Well, when I was in marching band for the hype video that year, I think it was my freshman year at UK, for part of like the pregame video before the team ran out, they showed that clip of us stopping LSU on 4th down and had Tom Leach's voice over top of it saying "Victory Kentucky," and it just gave me cold chills every time because I would be standing there, with the band making the tunnel, getting ready for the team to run out. I'd look up on the Jumbotron watching that video, and that was a pretty cool moment every time.
But Josh, thanks for calling in. Do you have anything else for us?
I also remember the one time when we thought we was going to beat LSU, and they had already ripped down the damn goalpost. And
that's right. I think it was like the Mardi Gras.
Did the 99-yard touchdown Hail Mary or whatever it was.
Yeah.
We ended up losing the game, and I was like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" I remember listening to it on the broadcast, and that was a heartbreaking moment. We've had a lot of heartbreaking moments in Kentucky football.
We sure have. Yeah, we sure have. But hopefully, we can start to reverse some of those to go on those magic.
I think we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys' time. I love y'all's show. Guys are amazing. So thank you so much, and you guys have a great night.
Have a good weekend.
You too, Josh.
All right, bye-bye.
David Holmes says, "Bayou what?" I said, "Bayou Bengals." That's a nickname for LSU. I mean, we're the Tigers, of course, but Bayou Bengals. That's the lingo. That's what everybody says down here. So
it's news to me too.
Yeah. Well, that's what we are. So,
he mentioned about Big Z. Is that what we're calling him? Since no one can pronounce his name, Big Z.
That's what I'm going to do because I'm not going to be
Croatian
able to pronounce.
Sensation. Which one we?
Oh,
that's a mouthful. Maybe Big Z is good.
I do like Croatian Sensation,
even though the Z is silent. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it'll work. We can call him whatever as long as he plays well. Well, we're just going to call him whatever his number is until he plays well. He can get a nickname once he proves that he's good. That's just my opinion. But
we could technically have a lineup of like 4 7-footers, pretty much.
Good. Bradshaw, Ugana, that guy, Big Z, Croatian.
Justin Edwards at point guard.
How tall is Justin Edwards?
He's like, he's not 7 foot. He's like 6'8", 6'9". But still
a tall lineup, yeah. But hey, we got time to think about and talk about basketball. It's getting to be football season here, and I'm ready for it. This is this sort of weird time where it's the in between the season, like talking season and the actual season. So we're sort of just waiting for things to start here. There's not a lot of news happening, and stuff. The coaches are trying to stay silent about everything, so we're just going to go ahead and get into it. Why don't we make our official picks for the Kentucky football season here to kind of close out the episode? Before we do that, I actually do have to say this Mark Ingram picture I posted on our page. The New Orleans Saints think this picture of Mark Ingram is actually I can never show stuff.
I saw it. I saw it on the page.
Yeah. Well, the virtual background just doesn't work on here. So there we go. Yeah. So that is not Lynn Bowden Jr. The Saints think that this is former Kentucky wide receiver Lynn Bowden Jr. That is former Alabama running back Mark Ingram on there. And I think that's kind of funny. So I wanted to throw that out there, and hopefully the New Orleans Saints will get to know Lynn Bowden's name pretty soon because, hopefully he'll do big things for them. But I think that's kind of funny looking at everybody knows that's Mark Ingram and then seeing Lynn Bowden's name under it. In fact, one of my friends that's an Alabama fan commented on that post and said, I was going to say that looks a lot like Mark Ingram, which, speaking of that Alabama game, Caden and I, we might be going to that game. Who knows? We might try to make it to a football game this year. My Alabama friend, is coming to Lexington for the Alabama-Kentucky game. The last time he came to Lexington for a football game was in '97 when we beat Alabama. So I think he's the good luck charm for us to win that game. And this is a quote from him. So this tells you what Alabama's thinking about Kentucky. He's looking at buying the tickets right now because, and this is his words, not mine. He said he thinks there is a good chance that Kentucky will be 9-0 going into the Alabama game. He thinks those tickets will be $300-400. And so he said he's going to get them now because he thinks there's a good chance that is going to be a big time matchup and both teams might be undefeated. So that's coming from an Alabama fan. So, okay, now I think we're going to beat them because Alabama, they're scared. We want Bama. We're coming for them.
Yeah, and I was about to ask, Clyde made that point. He has us beating Georgia. So we played Georgia before Alabama?
Yep, we do.
Oh, man.
So, yeah. But let's go down the schedule here. So we already said that we're going to start off 5-0 because we're going to beat the stinky teams and then Florida and Vandy. Then our sixth game is at Georgia. Caden, I love Clyde, and I love my Alabama fan friend that said we were going to come in to the game undefeated, but I think we're going to lose at Georgia. I mean, when you play at Georgia, you don't win. So
yeah, that's a loss.
Yeah, I agree. Good breakdown there. Then we get Missouri at home, though. So I think we're going to be, just shove Missouri in the locker. That's what we did last year. And I think we're going to do it again this year. So I think we win that game.
Yeah, Missouri sucks. That's a win.
Yeah. So we're both at what's that? 6-1. 6-1. Right. We're both at 6-1. Okay. Tennessee coming to town. Now I think we got something special for Tennessee this year. They beat the crap out of us last year. We're going to be ready for that game. We're going to pack Kroger Field. It's in Lexington. I think we're beating Tennessee at home.
I'm sorry. I never feel good about Tennessee. It's a loss.
Well, that's okay. I feel good about it this year. This next one I do not feel good about. So that is at Mississippi State, and we just do not win on the road at Mississippi State. So I'm going to go loss.
I'm going to go loss.
Okay. Alabama at Kentucky. I think, we've got Justin coming. We've got Maggie Davis mentioned. Anwar Stewart had a kick return for a touchdown when he was a player. Now he's a coach. I think, all the things are there for us to beat Bama. So I think we're going to shock the world and beat Alabama.
I'm sounding real pessimistic, but that's a loss.
Okay, well, that's okay. We'll get there, and you might change your mind. I'll let you have a second chance when we get to that game week. Then
if we beat Tennessee, that's when I want my second chance picks.
Okay.
So
okay,
mark that down.
I'll mark that down. I'll mark that down. Then South Carolina. I'm with Clyde on this one. I feel like at South Carolina, for whatever reason, I don't feel good. They came in, they beat us last year. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to beat the crap out of South Carolina and Shane Beamer and his stupid sunglasses and everything. But every year we drop a game that we shouldn't, and I think it's South Carolina this year. So I'm going to go lost at South Carolina.
I'll go win on this. South Carolina doesn't have any history, as we've discussed before. It's South Carolina. I think we should win. I think we actually will this year. So there's my positive.
Doormat, South Carolina. One fan held.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the only breakdown you need. We're beating South Carolina this year.
Well, and then of course Louisville, we're going to beat them, right? We don't need to talk about that. Also,
I like Kenny Payne, but it's Louisville.
Yeah. So. Well, so I guess that's 9-3 for me. What'd you have? 8-4?
8-4, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think we can be anywhere from 7-5 to 10-2. I don't know if we can sweep the table except for Georgia. I don't know that that's going to happen, but it's possible. I don't know that we can go undefeated either, but I think 9-3, 8-4 is certainly possible. So there you have it. That's our official picks for Kentucky football. So we'll see if we're right. And yeah, so well, before we get out of here, we won't do them all because Josh is 12-0. He's doubling down. Last year he said 12-0. He's going to say 12-0 again this year. So Josh is a true fan. He's a true optimist here.
I like to think of myself as a realistic fan.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, before we get out of here, let's see if we can do a couple week 1 college football picks here. So we've got 2 weeks to pick them all, so we don't have to do a bunch tonight. Because we still got some time, but to pass the time, I think it would be good to do that. So we'll try to pick a couple bad ones here, because that's the ones we know best. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. So NCAA football, that's a good start. Okay, top 25. No, that's too sophisticated. We probably want to go,
we
Mountain
want the
West.
Rainbow Warriors of the world.
Well, that's right. That's absolutely right. That's who we want. Okay, let's go all FBS teams here. So Saturday, August 26th, actually, this is next week. Okay, next week we get some games, actually, so we get some early ones here. Week 0, as they say. What about the UTEP Miners at Jacksonville State? UTEP is a 1-point favorite.
Only a 1-point favorite. I'll go with the home team, Jacksonville State.
Yeah, I'm going to go UTEP. I think UTEP, they have history, unlike South Carolina, so I'm probably going to go the Miners there, personally. Let's do this is Caden. This is the Talkin Kentucky Bowl. It's a home and home. Hawaii comes to Nashville. Hawaii taking on Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is a 17. Vanderbilt's a 17.5-point favorite. We both picked Hawaii last year. So, Caden, are the Rainbow Warriors going to get the revenge in Nashville, or is Vandy going to win the national championship like Cody Peebler said?
I hate Vandy just like anyone, but I'm picking Vandy for this because the Rainbow Warriors didn't really do us any favors last year because they basically lost everything. So,
well, they didn't basically lose it. I think they did lose everything, but Vanderbilt,
like
Colorado, yeah. I'll have to go Vanderbilt in that one. Let's pick a couple more here, just to close out the episode. What about Florida International? It coming into Shreveport, Louisiana. Actually, it's Ruston, Louisiana, playing Louisiana Tech.
Well, these are not teams I religiously follow, but
I know that's why I'm picking them for the record. Louisiana Tech's a 10-point favorite.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the upset this time. Florida International.
Oh, there's no way. Yeah, they're not coming into Louisiana Tech and beating the Bulldogs. There's no way. You can't just walk into
like
Ruston.
You're acting like Louisiana Tech's gonna win the national championship this
They
year.
are. Yeah. They are. Tech is, yeah, they're coming for me now. I'm going Tech on that one. Okay, let's pick one more for next week, week 0. How about Ohio at San Diego State? Now, San Diego State, good basketball team, make the national championship this year. Surprised they're not playing Florida Atlantic in this game. San Diego State is a 3.5 point favorite.
I'll go with San Diego State this time.
Yeah. I think I'm with you there. I think San Diego State's where it's at. So, Clyde says on his road to glory, he plays for Vanderbilt because they're the only SEC school that promised me a starting job. Nice. Have you ever done that? Did you ever have the NCAA football game?
No, I never. I did enjoy playing. I would play Madden when I went to friends' house, but I never had any of the football games for myself.
Well, there's this thing on there. You can be a high school player, and you can play your high school season and get recruited by college teams.
It's like My Player on 2K.
It's like My Player, but it's called Road to Glory. Clyde, how did you only get a scholarship to Vanderbilt?
He must have not been very good.
He must have not been very good. See, I'm always a quarterback, and I can get, I'll usually end up going to Kentucky, but I'll have actually one time. I was went undefeated in high school, and I was being recruited by Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and all these schools. I went to Kansas.
Hawaii.
Oh no, I went to Kansas and won the national championship with Kansas. So yeah, I feel like that would.
Your back must have hurt.
Yeah,
get some carrying.
carrying that team. He got offers from other SEC schools. Oh, okay, but Vanderbilt promised you the starting job because they suck. Okay, that makes sense. We'll see. I don't mind going and riding the bench for a couple games. I sat the bench at Kansas for a couple years, but then I was able to get the starting job, and we won the national championship, so it was all good. But Kentucky's going to be on the road to glory this year, and we're going to beat Alabama. And Clyde says that we're going to go 14-0. Football playoff champions, go Cats, go Big Blue. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to see it.
I still feel like Caden's a football pessimist, but maybe not. Well, guys, thanks for checking us out. You can like us on Facebook. Please do that. Subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. We're up to 21 subscribers on there now, so we're moving on up in the world. Got 1 foot more follower than last week, so that means somebody listened to this and followed us. So that's what mattered. Maybe we can get 2 this week. So you can become a supporter of Talkin Kentucky. Caden's going to throw a link in the comments if you want to do that. Get some Talkin Kentucky merch. You can do that by following that link. You can follow us on X if you like Elon Musk. You can do that. And yeah. So, Caden, is it talking Ford, talking Iran, talking Road to Glory?
What did we open? We had an idea. What did we talk about at the beginning of the show? Was there something else? Talking
relationships.
Oh gosh, that could be everyone.
Everyone. Buses, Jefferson County.
Oh yeah, talking buses.
We talked about The Blind Side. We talked about A Green Man. We talked about pillows. Oh, that's what's got to be, right? It's got to be talking pillows.
Talking My Pillow.
I don't think we're going to click on. We're going to lose our entire Democrat audience if we do talking My Pillow. I don't know if we have a Democrat.
Do we have
audience.
a Democrat?
Yeah, but talking pillows is good with me. Talking wash your pillows.
Please. Yeah.
Now I'm good with talking pillows.
Let's do it.
That makes sense. All right. Well, for Coleman Scott, for Caden Holmes, and for Pillows, this has been episode number 65, Talking Kentucky, and we'll see you all here next either Thursday or Friday. We'll have a meeting and we'll discuss it and get back to you. So
stay clean out there. Wash your pillowcases.
Yeah, everybody wash your pillows. Oh. Yeah.
For yourself and for everyone's sake
and for others. Yeah, that's right. Well, that's true.
Go Cats, I guess.
Go Cats, I guess. Yeah. All right. See y'all.